Hey YouTube, it's Tanya, VSG Tanya 2011, and this is the Back to Basics channel, and I'm your Tuesday vlogger. This week the question is, how do we handle friends or family who are not positive about certain aspects of our life, not just WLS, but just in general, and especially during the holiday time when we may not be able to avoid those people. And I've kind of been thinking about this all week because it's kind of a tough topic for me. I have to say that most people in my life are very supportive. I haven't had a lot of haters or naysayers. So I kind of thought about that. Like, I know there's a lot of people who do have negative people in their lives, or people who have opposing opinions on how people live their life. And I was wondering, excuse me, why I don't have that kind of situation. You know, I mean, I consider myself fortunate, but I just thought that that was kind of odd. So I tried to dig a little deeper and think about that a little bit harder. And I think part of the reason may be that the kind of person that I am, if I know somebody or I suspect somebody is going to have an opposing opinion that from what I have, I probably work a little bit harder to avoid whatever that subject is. So like, I don't get in political debates with people. I try to avoid religious debates with people. I've only had, you know, one incident that I can think of that was a negative incident around my weight loss surgery. I didn't really say anything. So I guess I'm kind of passive aggressive, that I might get fired up about something. But I think that especially with my family, I know what their expectations are of me. And especially growing up fat, I think that I worked really hard to live up to the expectations and not rock the boat. For the most part. I mean, all teenagers, you know, rock the boat to some extent. But once I got to be a young adult, I kind of knew what was expected, and I lived that standard. And in some ways, I may have held back my personality to a certain extent, I think, because I didn't want to go against the grain and cause any controversy. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing, because, you know, I like who I am. And they certainly molded me into what I think, you know, is a productive citizen, and hopefully a good mom, a good employee. But I probably avoided any kind of, I'm trying to think of the words to explain it. Like, I guess I avoided any kind of individuality that I knew would be looked down upon within the family. So, and not that I feel totally suppressed, but there are some things that I may have done differently. I have no regrets. I'm a no regrets kind of person. I don't regret anything ever. Have I made mistakes? Yes. I mean, hopefully you learn from them and move forward, but those mistakes help mold you into the person that you are today. So I don't regret anything. But yeah, I think I guess people pleaser is probably a good phrase to use. I am a people pleaser, and so I know what's expected, and I do what's expected. So I avoid conflict and people being disappointed in me, because I try and live up to their standard, and avoid when I know people would not approve. So a good example would be, you know, I said, and I don't know, like the 50 things or 15 things or something about you, that I'm atheist. I don't believe in God and religion and all those things. But I almost never talk about that. I have family who I'm very close with, very, very close with, who are very religious. It doesn't make me think different of them, and I avoid the subject because I don't want them to think differently of me. My views do not make me a bad person, and I'm still the person that they know. I just don't have that religious belief that they have. So I avoid that subject with them. Yeah. So I guess I'm a people pleaser who is an expert at avoidance. That's how I handle it. But like I said in the beginning, I really have a very supportive family. I have very supportive friends. I don't have a lot of people who hate on me, and I just don't have that. So I would consider myself to be very fortunate. I have a very good, loving family and very drama free, and I just don't have that in my life. So I hope this helps somebody. I don't know if it did, because I just don't think I had the perspective to really address this completely. Sorry, guys. I'll try and do better next week. All right, bye, guys.